I did not want to watch this, and I didn't. I didn't want to even speak on it because it disturbed me on every level. And I've sat with it and really wasn't going to address it, but I think I want to address Joanne on this now. I wasn't going to respond to this because this breaks my heart. I knew Joanne when she was a baby, and I have a soft spot in my heart for her. She used to sit in the kitchen with me when I would cook food, and when I would make a carrot juice for Robert, I'd try to take it to him, and he'd go running because he didn't like the carrot juice. So I would put it in her bottle and give it to her. And we would sit in the kitchen, and I'd spit game to her, telling her how beautiful she was and how smart she was going to be. And I'd tell her all the benefits of the carrot juice and just little stuff you say to a little baby. And just tried to really instill in her a lot of information because I knew she grasped it. So I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Joanne. This is troubling for me. And I say this in love to Joanne. Your father is the reason anybody even knows who you are. Your father has done phenomenal things given what he's gone through as a child and as a human being. And he is the person that afforded you, your mother, your brother and sister, the lifestyle, the notoriety, and the fame that you have. Nobody would even know Drea, Joanne, Robert Jr., or Jaya if you did not come out and say that Rkelly was your father. Nobody knew your names. Nobody knew what you looked like. Nobody even knew that you existed. So all of you came into the forefront because you wanted to be acknowledged as attached to the artist Rkelly because there was fame and money attached to that. I probably would have had a different response to this had you done this post on your platform because you felt you needed to get this off your chest. But it wasn't done that way. It was done for a paid, I'm not even going to call it a documentary. This was a paid gig. This was a paid job. You took a check from a company to cry on camera, to act emotionally distraught on camera as you vilified your father. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that to your father. I can't speak to whether it happened or not. I wasn't there. What I do know is the world knew Rkelly. Nobody knew Drea, Joanne, Robert Jr., or Jaya. The only way the world knew who you were, you had to come out of the shadows and stand up and say, "Hey world, I'm the daughter of Rkelly." Nobody knew you. You went on a reality TV show claiming to be his daughter, trying to sing. So you could have, nobody would have known a Joanne Kelly was related to Rkelly unless Joanne stated Rkelly is her father. And you didn't have to do that. You could have gone through life, all of you, and made it on your own and never said you had an attachment to him. But to attach yourself to him says you want to benefit from him. So he paid child support. He paid child support. He took care of you your entire life financially until you were grown. Now he's in the greatest amount of trouble in his life. And you do this. This was not you having to tell your truth or tell your story because you got a paycheck. You went on a TV show for a check to cry, to wring your hands, to act distraught, to put on this show against your father. You can't even take this back. You can't undo this because it's out there. And the only motivation I can see is money. Because if this was you just trying to tell your truth, you could have wrote your father a letter. You could have written your father a letter. You could have gone to visit him, spoke to him one-on-one privately, and got this off your chest. Because this is a private, intimate thing between you and your father. And only you and your father know the truth. So for you to have cameras rolling, to get a paycheck, so you can then tell the world this story, I have no words for it, Joanne. I have no words for this. This is not you telling your truth. This is not you finally feeling free to say something, because you could have written him where he is. You could have gone to visit him and said it. You didn't. You called, you, your mother, and your sibling got with a company of people you don't know, sat down with strangers, had them cut all of you a check for you to destroy your father on the worldwide stage after he's already been convicted in a court of law and is facing life imprisonment, so that you could get a check. You got to live with this the rest of your... Anything that happened between you and your father is between you and your father. Why did you think the public needed to know this? Why did you think cameras needed to roll and you needed to have this aha moment for a check so that you could tell the world this about your father? What made you think this was okay? I'm not saying it did or did not happen. I was not there. But a private issue between you and your father should have been addressed between you and your father. Not your mother, not your sibling, and certainly not the world. You talk to your father. This man is in prison facing the rest of his life. He's at the lowest point of his life. And you thought, let me get a check to tell the world my deepest, darkest secret, when the world has already destroyed this man. You and your son and your sibling have to walk through life with all of the dirty laundry that you have aired for a paycheck. I have no words for you, Joanne. No words. I can't imagine how you can look at yourself in the mirror and think what you did was okay. And again, I don't know if it happened or not. I was not there. But this is not something that you put on the worldwide stage against your father under any fucking circumstance, especially since he took care of you your whole life. He sent you to the best schools. And he's the reason the world even knows you're on the planet or even gives a fuck.